How you respond to the negative reviews from patients will go a very long way in determining how your medical practice is perceived by your prospective patients, and will have a direct impact on the revenue and success of your medical practice. Hi, I'm Navneet Dosanjh, and I coach doctors on how they can grow their medical practice and position themselves as the preeminent authority in their specialization using online marketing. In my last video, I talked about the importance of regularly monitoring your online reviews and comments, and how you can set up a routine so that's easier and faster for you to respond to them. In this video, I'll give you some of the best practices that you can use when responding to negative online reviews from disgruntled patients. Now, the majority of your online reviews will be positive, but there are always going to be some bad reviews that will pop up from time to time, and you need to be consistent in how you respond to these. Okay, so here are some of the best practices that you can use for handling negative online reviews. The number one rule when responding to a negative or a bad review is to never ever reply straight away. Especially if you're feeling upset and because the review is unjustified or unfair. I understand that it can be frustrating and upsetting that a patient can say whatever they want, okay, about you or your clinic, even when it's not based on any fact, okay, even if it's not true. I know it can be upsetting. So I strongly suggest that you wait for at least 1 day before drafting your response. This will give you enough time to calm down, okay, and you can also investigate the issue, okay, so that you can give a measured reply back to the patient. Another thing to keep in mind before drafting your response is to remember that you should also never again ever reveal any specifics of the patient, his diagnosis or treatment, even if he has mentioned them himself. Patient confidentiality is a very important thing that a patient considers when going to a healthcare provider, and they would be reluctant to visit you if they feel that you disclose these details out in the public space, which is social media or your reviews. Your response should be polite, and you need to stick to the facts. The good news is that surveys show that around 75% of the negative reviews are about things like long wait times, rude behavior by the front office staff, bedside manner of the doctor, etc. So, apologize if it's a case of poor patient experience, especially if he feels aggrieved by the way he was treated or how long he had to wait before he could see the doctor. And also take this opportunity to highlight your commitment to a great service, and talk about the measures that you're taking so that the subsequent visits are much more pleasant. Now, if the complaint is about cost, then explain why sometimes the best treatments are often not the cheapest. Tell them why the procedures or treatments you suggest, without going into specifics, is always in the best interest of your patients and not about the money. And the last thing you should always do is always take the conversation offline by asking the reviewer to contact you or your clinic by phone or email, so that you can address any other concerns and give any other clarification that may be required. Now, when you follow these best practices, you will notice that a lot of the patients who have given negative reviews go back and either remove their negative rating, or in a lot of cases even give you a positive one instead. So that is why it's so important how to go about handling these negative reviews. Remember, your online reviews are being read by hundreds, if not thousands, of prospective patients. And their decision to contact you and visit your clinic will depend on how they think you've handled the negative reviews. Now, while you should always, respond to every negative review that you get, also remember to give your response to some of the positive ones as well. Especially if the patient has taken the time and made the effort to write a nice review highlighting his great experience at your clinic or the results that he got. Now, show the prospective patients that you and your clinic staff are genuine, caring, credible, and professional. Also take the feedback you get from these online reviews and use it to improve the overall patient experience at your clinic. You can train your staff. You can give them some nice training on how they should treat the patient with much more empathy. Have patience with them themselves. You can figure out how to reduce the wait times for your patients. Where are the bottlenecks happening? Remove them. Make it smoother. You can provide better amenities and so on and so forth. Now, these best practices on how to respond to online reviews will go a long way in establishing a great online reputation for you and your clinic, and also generate an ever-growing flow of new patients who would be more like raving fans than anything else. Okay, so that's all for right now. Please like and share this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel to get more such videos on how you can grow your practice and position yourself as the preeminent authority in your specialization. Until next time, goodbye.